Look, I'm just gonna say this right here. With WrestleMania 40 fasting approaching us right now, it looks like it's going to get really, really short because with all of the wrestlers being injured, CM Punk out, Brock Lesnar is not returning to WWE. I mean, I don't know what is going on with the company, and yet they're making some good changes, but we really don't know how much all of this is going to the product. But then again, this was all due to Vince McMahon's nonsense, and the man just cannot get out of trouble, stay out of trouble for nothing. But it's obvious to me that the WWE is just continuing to struggle. And even though the Vince McMahon is no longer with the company right now, you still have some negative effects behind the scenes wise because there are multiple people that are still close to Vince McMahon need to be fired as well. Bruce Pitcher? Yeah, I think it's Bruce. Yeah, Bruce Pitcher. Anybody that is close to Vince McMahon need to be fired as well. You know what I'm saying? WWE 2024 is looking unlikely to be successful. I don't know, man. I have a gut feeling that WrestleMania 40 is not going to be that great because of CM Punk not being able to wrestle. But there is one positive thing that is happening this month is Cody Rhodes being able to finish a story. I hope they could just give Roman Reigns a clean match without having somebody to help him like Solo Sikoa, Paul Heyman, anybody from the Samoan tribe, aka the Bloodline. Do not interrupt this match. Give Cody Rhodes the title. Give him a chance to finish the story. Literally.
Yeah, here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including big changes ahead for the WrestleMania 40 card. Is this proof that Okada is WWE bound? When did WWE cancel Brock Lesnar? WWE cleanup about to begin? Is a former NXT Women's Champion headed to Raw? Bayley reacts to a model in WWE 2K24 and much more. Be sure to subscribe.
Alright, so Bayley's design in 2K24, I had serious questions about the design. It's the who gave her this meth addict look. I'm not a big fan of it. If you're gonna give the fans a good WWE wrestling game, don't repeat 2K20. Because what happened in 2020 was the end of the road for everybody that's been playing 2K games for years. Don't screw this up, y'all.
Videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new website, WrestleMania.com. Now let's see the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at big changes ahead for WrestleMania 40. At top of today's news is a report that WWE is prepared to make big changes to the previously planned card for WrestleMania 40, since no matches have been officially announced, believed to have been in the works. If a recent news report is accurate, the company may have no other choice but to make some changes. The WWE has been hit by some unexpected happenings, including injuries in the recent lawsuit filed against Vince McMahon, John Laurinaitis, and the WWE. As we'll see, wrestlers may not be the only individuals affected by these shakeups. However, as regrettable as these situations are, they could play out well for other wrestlers. WrestleVotes is reporting, between the unfortunate injury to CM Punk, the questionable status of Seth Rollins, and the pulling of Brock Lesnar, the WrestleMania card has took a sharp turn. Sources said there are a number of brand new card variations on the table, including some superstars who were not pegged towards the top just days ago, and being told that they will take their time to figure things out and consider just about everything. There are other potential problems. Kevin Owens is reportedly dealing with a fractured foot, and Charlotte Flair isn't...
I forgot about Charlotte Flair, though. It's like, I've been watching WWE for quite some time now, and I'm just getting back into watching wrestling. But I forgot about Charlotte Flair with a knee injury. But as far as Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens dealing with some fractured foot, and now we got CM Punk with a tore bicep, it's like this company is in a bad place right now. And we're still continuing to deal with the Vince McMahon lawsuit and the scandal that broke the entire company. That shook the entire company. So they're looking at this company at cloud 9 right now. So they're going to have to think hard and do some drastic changes just to continue to hype the fans up. But at the same time, with the Vince McMahon scandal broke out, that broke the camel's back at this point, because I don't think there's any coming back or survivor in this situation after this. Unless if they were able to recover on time for WrestleMania 40, I think it's possible. But you know what I'm saying? CM Punk is looking at 6 months of rehabbing his bicep. I don't know when Charlotte Flair is going to end up returning. Seth Rollins, he's going to injure his knee or back, because that brother has so many issues in his body, just like The Undertaker. Knee, arm, eyes, you name it. It's like this company is just, it's up in flames right now.
The superstars who are one twist or turn away from an injury due to superstars' reluctance to take time off, instead working through nagging injuries. While these are considered part of the business, it opens door for more serious injuries to occur. Wrestling's show must go on mentality is similar to sports and entertainment, where an athlete or entertainer is sidelined and someone may have to step up. In some cases, the substitute may end up being a diamond in the rough who shines once they're given a chance to play or perform. However, will the WWE give someone previously overlooked or underutilized a chance now? While the injuries to various superstars are unfortunate, they could benefit other superstars. As WrestleVotes noted, the WWE is looking at card variations. There are many superstars who could land a bigger role at Mania if the current card is realigned. Let's examine how other superstars might benefit from the WrestleMania card being shaken up. The first...
Honestly, I think what they need to do is just continue to build LA Knight up, because he's been getting so much love last year, even at the Royal Rumble for the most part. And honestly, I feel like having him become the face of the WWE, especially on SmackDown, could benefit the company with products boosting up, sales going through the roof, and money just keeps coming in, all because of one star. Or you could have Damian Priest, who is like the top star of the Judgment Day, and I kind of like him. I think he's cool. You know, you just build him up too. You know, as long as you do it right. I mean, I got my full trust in Triple H that he can just pull some of these people off. Then why not?
Due to his MCL tear, the WWE needs to take the title off him. Rollins has been dealing with various nagging injuries, and at some point one of these nagging injuries is likely to become serious due to the wear and tear he puts on his body. So where does Damian Priest fit in? Well, Senor Money in the Bank could get a career boost by successfully cashing in his briefcase against Rollins. Priest has developed enough where he's a viable world champion, even if at this point it makes him a transitional champion. If Seth can't compete for a world due to injury, put the belt on Priest and have him defend it at WrestleMania. The second is LA Knight.
Yeah,
the WWE has an excellent opportunity to give LA Knight a push into the championship picture. The current belief is that Cody Rhodes and or The Rock will challenge Roman, which opens the door for someone challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Wasn't I just saying that a few seconds ago? If you build LA Knight up and Damian Priest together, if Damian Priest decides to cash in his Money in the Bank against whoever, have LA Knight become the #1 contender to face him for the championship. Whether it's going to be at WrestleMania Fastlane or somewhere like around SummerSlam, whatever pay-per-view they have, make it happen. Because you know LA Knight's time has been, like, it's been time.
It's likely there will be an Elimination Chamber match to determine the challenger for the World Heavyweight Championship if Cody opts to wrestle Roman. The WWE has brought in superstars from other brands to compete in cases like this, and having LA Knight win would be a fantastic way to capitalize on his popularity. And Austin Theory. Is Austin Theory's push over? Well, A-Town is...
So, like I said, the one thing I got to give John Cena credit for is exposing Austin Theory. It's like, if you want to be the top star or the top heel, you're going to have to up your game. Like, show the world what you are and what you can do, instead of just playing a one-off character that is not being taken seriously. So having him with... You get what I'm trying to say. So I think if you push Austin Theory to be the ultimate heel doing heelish things, he could be the next star on SmackDown. I could see this happen.
However, Theory should be doing more than playing a henchman to Waller. What if the two have a falling out? This could lead to a babyface turn for either wrestler, more likely for Theory. Theory isn't ready for a world title push, but he would make a good opponent for Logan Paul, although we have a feeling.
Or what you can do is have a feud with Austin Theory and Logan Paul, and have Austin Theory become babyface at WrestleMania 40. If the fans can get behind him, I think that would be one of the absolute best things that you can do. Or you could just stay as a heel versus heel. So that's just my ideas.
The belt if he isn't used in the world title picture. The WWE has some great opportunities to see underutilized wrestlers have what it takes for bigger success. They shouldn't fall into the trap it had under Vince McMahon, where it failed to create new stars or give fan favorites a chance at the top. If this report about WWE having to change WrestleMania is accurate, this is an incredible opportunity for WWE, its wrestlers, and its fans.
Exactly.
Next up, is this proof that Okada is WWE bound? Where is New Japan Pro Wrestling star Kazuchika Okada headed once he becomes a free agent? Everyone has their theories, but a recent development suggests the man known as the Rainmaker is WWE bound. Pro Wrestling Tees recently tweeted that it was told to remove all Okada merchandise. This is notable because the online store does not sell merchandise for current.
This is the childish crap that I don't like when wrestling companies do. Anytime when their top star signs on to another wrestling promotions, all of a sudden they're erased from the product. Merchandising, cards, like, why? Just because they became free agents and they wanted to go to another wrestling promotions where it makes them feel home and special? Like, I really hate when wrestling companies do this, bro. They can still be a part of the history, but you don't need to keep erasing them off the...
Be a stretch, but what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, when did the WWE cancel Brock Lesnar? But Brock Lesnar didn't make it to the Royal Rumble despite several reliable sources reporting that the Beast would participate in the Rumble, potentially setting up a WrestleMania match against Gunther. However, Lesnar didn't appear at Saturday's Big 4 PLE. Did the news site get the stories wrong? Well, apparently not. By now, you've heard that the WWE decided to pull Lesnar from the Rumble. Now fans are learning not only when Brock was bounced from the show, but when. As we noted last week, the lawsuit referenced a world-famous athlete and former UFC heavyweight champion with whom WWE was actively trying to sign a new contract. While Lesnar is not a party in the lawsuit, the Wall Street Journal identified him as the former UFC heavyweight champion. A said person in the lawsuit was not cast in a favorable light, and while these are allegations at this point, it appears the WWE felt it was best to keep Lesnar off the show. And now Fightful Select is reporting on the details, including how WWE decided on Thursday, 25th January, to change up its plans for Lesnar, and by Friday, his flight was cancelled. Dave Meltzer recently commented.
I think this is all due to the Vince McMahon scandal, because I was watching Ross's live video on this topic the other day, and there was one of them text messages that was just shown of Brock having anything to do with the incident. I don't know if this is true or not, but I hope it's not, because I think Brock Lesnar needs to be back on WWE TV, because just kicking him off the program, not having him appear in the Royal Rumble, because I don't know, man. Like, it's just... it's confusing.
WWE for the time being, and he may not be brought back depending on how things play out with the lawsuit against Vince McMahon, Laurinaitis, and the WWE. However, Lesnar may only be the start of the WWE's removal of McMahon's associates and allies, as WWE could be having a big cleanup. Speaking of the lawsuit, there's talk about a big purge in the WWE as TKO Holdings looks to deal with the fallout from the recent lawsuit filed by former WWE employee Janelle Grant. Cultaholic is reporting a cleanup might soon be underway within WWE following Vince McMahon's resignation from the company. The WWE is named in the lawsuit, with Miss Grant alleging WWE officials knew about the alleged misconduct made against her yet failed to do anything to stop it. Obviously, TKO Holdings had nothing to do with WWE management at the time, but the company has to ensure that any toxic culture that existed.
So basically you're telling me they knew about the whole thing and they chose not to do... No. So you're basically telling me that they knew all about his evil schemes behind the company the entire time, and yet they did nothing to stop him? As many times they've enabled this nigga for years? Oh, their time is coming. Their time is coming.
This, According to a recent PW Insider report, TKO and Endeavor CEO Ari Emanuel is ready to remove anything and anyone still remaining in WWE that could harm the company. This follows another report from PW Insider that it's believed that the company may sweep out anyone close to Vince McMahon. If this sounds like guilt by association, you're correct. Don't be surprised if many McMahon associates are the company making a fresh start. This purge could affect the WWE's creative department. TKO Holdings might take a closer look at WWE employees with a record of bad behavior that was swept under the rug years ago, but that might resurface thanks to a renewed spotlight on the WWE. They could also find itself under a microscope by the media as they investigate the lawsuit filed against McMahon and Company. For example, if an employee had issues with alleged racist behavior towards employees, TKO might consider releasing them rather than keeping them around. This would avoid the bad publicity of explaining why said employee was kept around. And we're not going to name names, but fans have heard stories through the years of certain executives accused of bad behavior. As mentioned, the idea of taking a guilty by association approach to things can't be overlooked. If so, the WWE could use some valuable players who didn't do anything other than work during McMahon's tenure. While it's easy to claim that a party should have known about McMahon's alleged wrongdoing, is it fair to just kick various employees to the curb without determining whether or not they knew? It's a difficult situation, but given TKO Holdings' potential policy of avoiding even the appearance of wrongdoing, it could happen. While no one is irreplaceable, the timing couldn't be worse, since WrestleMania is just 2 months away, and removing employees without any due...
And that's the crazy part thing, because since the entire McMahon family is no longer working with the WWE because of Vince McMahon, it's not only scary, but it's also spreading concerning about the current product. Yes, I'm glad that he's no longer with the company, but if you're gonna swap away the entire McMahon family from the company that they built years ago, it's kind of scary. So I'm glad that you got more people coming in and stepping it up, making some different changes for the better. You know, Raw and SmackDown happened great this year and last year because of Triple H. Even the Royal Rumble last Saturday was pretty good, even though some people had some mixed thoughts about Cody Rhodes winning the Royal Rumble back-to-back. CM Punk should have won the Royal Rumble, but if you look at his wrestling, yeah, he looked gassed, he was unhealthy, and he tore his bicep, so he's going to be he's going to be out for 6 months. 6 months, including missing WrestleMania 40. Seth Rollins has to miss WrestleMania 40 as well. So either somebody steps up or they could just cancel WrestleMania 40. I'm not making this up.
Next up, a former NXT Women's Champion headed to Raw. Is former NXT Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton headed to the main roster? PW Insider reports that Stratton's performance in last Saturday's Women's Rumble officials enough that pitches have been made for her to work on Raw. The 24-year-old has been tearing things up on the Black and Gold brand since debuting there in 2021. Do you think
I think she has what it takes to make it to the main roster, because her work on NXT, being a former gymnast, shows that her athletic skills, she's a very talented in the ring. It's not just looks, but she also has the skills. I think she's going to have what it takes to become the new women's champion on Raw or even SmackDown. But I think having her on SmackDown will be the best thing that this company has ever done. Having her on Raw for 3 hours is going to end up killing her momentum. But on SmackDown, since it's 2 hours, she's going to kill it. No questions asked.
Next up, Jericho reunion at Sea. Fans of the WWE Tag Team Jericho of Chris Jericho and The Big Show will be happy to know that the two reunited on the current Chris Jericho Rock and Rager cruise. Jericho uploaded a video of him and Paul White attired in their classic Jericho gear as they worked to match during the annual cruise. Jericho last teamed in November during an episode of Dynamite, but there's no word if AEW plans to reunite them down the road. And finally, Bayley reacts to a model in WWE 2K24. Last but not least, what the hell happened to Bayley in 2K24? As 2K just released a screenshot of Bayley that celebrates her recent Women's Royal.
Man, when I saw this, I can't believe this is how it's going to end up looking when the game comes out on March 8th or March 5th. I don't like it. I think she looks a hot mess. Her hair looks a mess. Her face looks a mess. She looks like she had so many Botox in her face. Look like she had plastic surgery. Like, is this the best that you can do, 2K? Like, what's up? Don't tell me it's going to end up looking like this officially when the game comes out in 2 months. Because if so, I don't want it.
Deservedly so, WWE 2K20 game. Even the role model commented on this monstrosity, tweeting, "Help me." What do you guys?
Like I said, I hope to God that this is not the final look of the game, because if it ends up looking like that, I don't want it. I don't want to buy it, because I feel like they're now repeating what happened in 2020 with their game. All the buffering, all of the hiccups, everything about that game was terrible. This one looks kind of concerning, but I hope that they have time to finish the game with more improvements with the face models and all of that. Just don't let us down, 2K. But everything else besides WrestleMania 40 this year looks kind of questionable. Everybody is injured. Ain't nobody healthy. This is all due to Vince McMahon scandal. Like, how do you all feel about WrestleMania 40 this year? Do you think that it's going to be great, or do you think it's going to fail due to a lot of injured wrestlers? Like, drop it down below.